There are an awful lot of do's and don'ts in all that Jesus has to say to his disciples that day, as he outlined his own understanding of just what the ancient law and the prophets had to say to the people of Israel regarding so many of their traditions that guided and directed their lives as faithful Jewish people. But I say this to you, Jesus would say, as he spoke of his understanding of just what the law and the prophets were all about when it came to their way of life. It seems that the message that Jesus would bring to his audience that day was not so much about the harshness of the laws of Israel, but rather about establishing relationships between people. But I say this to you, he would say, learn to live in harmony with one another. Find a way to deal with the issues that are impacting in people's lives, rather than falling back to the strict legal response in finding solutions. I say this to you, the message of the kingdom of God is all about being in relationship with one another and learning to live in harmony, rather than dwelling in conflict. So often today, our courts are filled with people who are either defending or attacking in an effort to find an outcome to the issues that are impacting upon their lives. No matter whether it is individuals or even nations, conflict exists. Time and again, we see those battle lines drawn between people who are neighbours over particular disputes that require resolution, and friendships can end because of results. Globally, armies are energised to address particular conflicts that exist between nations, and such action causes the whole world great pain, as we have seen so often from international conflict. It would seem that the words that Jesus had spoken so long ago, they are as relevant and significant for our world and our time today, as we, people and nations, endeavour to live in harmony with one another. But there can be another way for us to go. So I say this to you. Jesus now says to all of us, I say find a way that is beyond conflict, a way that finds solution without defence and attack. Rather than living just by these laws that are there to protect, find a way that builds relationship in our world. It seems so easy to do such things. And yet, because we are human, it's also a great challenge for all of us. But to walk in the footsteps of Jesus Christ, to be people of compassion and love, such action flows out of our very nature, and we can indeed build relationships because we are Christian.